Don't drive angry, man. Don't drive angry, Ken. That's all I'm saying is don't drive angry.
Listen. Double Dragon. Kris likes Double Dragon. He wants to talk about Double Dragon.
Well, you don't like Double Dragon?
We're talking about Double Dragon.
Why not?
That's fine.
Yeah.
What are we starting off with? Earliest Double Dragon memories?
Arcade.
The arcade. I don't know if I ever played it in the arcade. However, either did Jimmy on the Wizard, because that was the NES version he was playing.
That's a good point.
Correct? And he wasn't playing one of those Play Choice 10s or anything like that, from what I know.
Yeah.
Right? Same thing with Ninja Gaiden Hai. He was playing the NES version, not the arcade version. Arcade version was totally different.
Right.
Which is, whatever.
No, the arcade. I first played on the arcade, right? Which ones were in the arcade though? I should do that research. Which one were they all in the arcade?
Double Dragon 1 and 2 were in the arcade.
Was 3 in the arcade?
I don't know. 3 I'd imagine probably was, and then they started going to like Super Double Dragon.
I thought it was. Like I thought I played that in the arcade too. I mean, I remember my main game would have been Double Dragon 3.
Really?
That I played the most because besides Double Dragon in the arcade. Double Dragon 2, I remember the least, I think. I don't know why.
Double Dragon 2, I feel was like the big one. That was like the Street Fighter 2 of Double Dragon games, you know?
Yeah, but I just remember 3. What was it called? The Stones. Something with the Stones?
Oh, the Rosetta Stone?
Is that what it was called?
I think so.
You know, you're right. 2. Yeah, 2 was because it became
the Revenge.
2 players.
Yeah.
The first
no. Double Dragon in the arcade was 2 players. The NES version was 1.
Right, that's what I'm saying. And then Double Dragon 2 I played that on Nintendo. That's when I would play that on Nintendo, yeah. Because that one became 2 players and I could play with my brother. And he sucked at it.
Yeah, well, I remember playing the heck out of Double Dragon 1. Multiple friends had it, and I would go to their house, and I'd do that like invisible, hit the guy with the baseball bat kind of thing, and like power up all your moves right then and there. Because you were able to do like the back thing or whatever. And right? I don't even remember what different moves there were. I remember the jumping, and I remember watching them play, and they were like platforming elements, but you kind of had to hit both A and B at the same time to jump.
Dumb.
With the abobos. Remember the abobos, and you'd have to like jump kick them and try to get through them. I remember the 2 of them came out of the wall, the rock wall or whatever, and you had to do that. But there were some parts on there where it was like so able to just do the platforming so well. Like some people were just really adept at doing that.
I was not good at that. That platforming is not great.
No,
it's not a good platformer. It's a fun beat 'em up.
Right. It's like saying the Karate Kid on NES was a good platformer because that one you had to hold the up button to do the jump, and it was so sharp,
and it was so hard to get that when you.
But man, I beat that game a lot.
Did you?
I beat it a lot.
Whoever thought that the up button was a good for jump, no. That's just because it's labeled up.
Street Fighter is fine. But platforming, no. Jumping, I'd say
not
fighting.
On platforming. No, not for platforming.
Not for platforming.
Fighting games is fine because you have to go that way anyway. Yeah. And okay, so I see the reasoning. Yeah, you have to do that.
Towards somebody,
no, but not on platform. Yeah, you're not trying to time a thing. Anyway, back to Double Dragon. If you don't know the story of Double Dragon, it's Billy and Jimmy Lee.
Or Bimmy and Jimmy.
Bimmy and Jimmy. And here's a funny thing. The girl.
The game Double Dragon 2, I believe it was, was released on the NES saying Bimmy and Jimmy in the opening cinematic. It literally said Bimmy and Jimmy Lee. Yeah. Or something, right?
Yeah. So, but you have to try to save a girlfriend. And when I was younger, I was always like, they have the same girlfriend? Marion or something. They have the same girlfriend?
No, I think it was just like, I'd probably say it's Billy's girlfriend, right?
But yeah.
The main.
But I always thought it was like they're both going after... Right? Or then it was funny because my brother and I, we'd always be like, oh, I'm Billy, I'm Jimmy, Mm-hmm. I just liked the guy in the red and he liked the guy in the blue. So it really wasn't that bad, but...
However it worked,
but it was just like, oh, we're going to get the same girl. Like, that was the whole thing.
Side note.
Like, the weird things when you're a kid, man.
Remember Frenzy and Rumble and Transformers?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, vaguely.
The cassettes?
Oh, yeah, those guys.
Right?
Yeah, okay, yeah. How can I forget? Okay,
things, pile drivers or whatever.
Yeah.
Right? Whatever.
Jackhammers and stuff.
Whatever.
And he had
the little dudes, right? The cassettes.
Yeah.
Who's who? There was a blue and a red, just like Billy and Jimmy. Who was who?
I don't know.
Okay.
I just remember like I think the blue one was Rumble.
Yeah. That's the normal way of doing it. But there's a huge discussion in the world of Transformers where people are like, they say like RIB, FIR, like Rumble is blue, Frenzy is red, like, or the other way around. Frenzy is blue, Rumble is red, like, because the toys were labeled Rumble was the red one.
Oh. So
and then the cartoon Rumble was the blue one.
Are you sure?
Yeah. But there are people who are like, no, Rumble's the red one. And it's like, nobody knows. Nobody knows.
I would say the toys, because the show was for the toys, I would say that the toy was correct. But if in the show they're saying that's Rumble.
If you would say that, then you would say Ironhide doesn't have a face.
Yeah.
And you would also say that Megatron is just stupid looking.
Yeah.
Because he's got that little thing sticking out here and his face doesn't look anything like it.
Yeah.
No. The toys.
Okay, well.
No. I think they took the toys and perfected it.
Did they have Double Dragon toys? Did they have Double Dragon toys?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Yep.
They did, huh?
They did. They had Double Dragon toys, if you want to see what the action figures look like or anything like that. They also, Chris, had a movie.
Well, I wasn't going to get to the movie just yet.
Why?
But
who's in the movie?
Oh, you have Scott Wolf from Party of Five, and you have my man Mark Dacascos
All I
from
know
Only
is-
the Strong.
Wait, who?
Mark Dacascos from Only the Strong.
Stop. Was that the guy who played the Crow? Eric Draven in the TV show? Stairway to Heaven or something like that?
He might have played...
Is that the same name?
Break it out. Let's see. He might have played a crow. He might have played the crow.
So, I remember
in a
Alyssa
second.
Milano was in it.
She was
With
in it.
some kind of
and,
weird
and who
Billy
else?
Idol haircut.
And who else?
That's all I know. Billy Idol haircut.
The T-1000 was in there.
Robert Patrick?
Robert Patrick.
Really?
Yeah. I
Was he
always
like the
forget.
bad guy?
He was a bad guy, and he had that '90s, Vanilla Ice haircut with the
He did?
with like highlights and stuff.
And
yeah,
that's why he doesn't get
and a
work
goatee
anymore.
and a goatee.
That's why he doesn't get work
That's why
anymore.
none of them do, except Mark Dacascos. He does still.
Stop. No, he doesn't. What are you supposed to be typing?
I don't know. I guess I'm looking up Double Dragon toys. I don't know.
All right. They did have toys, action figures, and stuff like that. I don't think they were very. They were based on the movie, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, by Tycho.
Yeah, and the movie didn't do too well, if I'm not mistaken.
The movie did not do too well, and as a matter of fact, the director of the movie, you know what?
Okay, we can see the action figures. That's fine. That's fine.
I wasn't looking at that. You know what? I think I wrote notes on this. Hold on, I think I did write notes. Let me double check. But
Supposed to be off the cuff.
no, because I had to do research. What was I doing research on?
I don't know.
Did we have that for something?
No, never had Double Dragon.
I had it for something, didn't I?
Yeah, the podcast.
Anyway, so the director, what is his name? Oh, I can't remember any of this. The director doesn't talk about it to this day.
This is like
He doesn't. What happened
Who was
was
the director
okay.
of Super Mario Brothers?
So-
did they talk about that?
No. All right, so the story behind off the cuff. This is in my memory now. The story behind Double Dragon was first of all, they didn't talk to the developers at all. The developers of Double Dragon games had nothing to do with the movie. They didn't even contact nothing. They just went off their own thing. And it was writers.
Oh, it sounds like Michael Bay with the Transformers.
Right. It was no, because Hasbro's on the front of that movie.
It doesn't matter. Michael Bay doesn't care about anything.
I'm just saying.
He redesigned everything.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
There were no talks with the people who made Double Dragon, right? Who is it? Who made Double
Trade
Dragon?
West.
Trade West? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, point is, then there were writers, producers, all had their own idea, and the director was like, "Okay, but I want to do this." The director didn't want to make a kids movie. He was going to make a real movie, like the games weren't like kitty. They had they had a little storyline, and they were like whatever. He wanted to make it similar, but no. There was so much involvement that it just turned into a giant mess.
No good.
So, and he still won't talk about it to this day.
That is just nuts.
But yeah.
I just wanted to double fact check myself. Double Dragon.
Trade West.
Technos Japan.
Technos, yeah.
Developers Technos Japan.
Look at the director.
But Trade West.
Go to the movie.
It was put out by Trade West.
But Trade West was the third one. I remember it, wasn't it? What was the third one?
There was Double Dragon 2, The Revenge, 89, Double Dragon 3, The Sacred Stones, not the Rosetta Stone.
Sacred Stones. That's
Rosetta
right.
Stones
It was
is like
Sacred
Wolverine.
Stones. Yeah, the Sacred Stones. That's it. Yeah,
And it's also a language learning program.
absolutely it is.
The fourth was released exclusively for Super NES, Super Double Dragon. We don't like to talk about it. If it's anything, Chris, if it's anything like Super Double...
Do you remember Super Double Dragon?
Super... I was going to say Super Double Dribble. Super Godzilla.
Double dribble. No, Super Godzilla's horrible. I remember, I believe I was probably out of the Double Dragon phase at the time. That was the whole point.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm done. I don't care that Super Double Dragon, but I'm curious now. I want to see Super Double Dragon, dude.
No, I don't think you do. It had those weird, fat, goofy, squat-looking
Right? Didn't it have some
sprites?
some dumb stuff?
Like they were like kind of like outlined looking and stuff.
Yeah, it was more cartoony, right?
Yeah, I didn't like it.
That's why.
There was also Double Dragon 5 on the Super NES, I think it was. No good.
Super Double Dragon. Yeah. It was Trade West at Super Double Dragon, and it was that. Yeah, it was that Super Nintendo look. It was that 16-bit look.
Yeah, where everything was like so like tight but shaded, and then the bold background. If I'm mistaken, can you just turn the sound off?
Yeah, it was yeah.
Like all the way.
I'm trying. So anyway.
So Super Double Dragon. I don't know if I ever played that, but Double Dragon in a nutshell. Fun, cool.
I'm gonna be honest.
I feel like
I'm going to be honest with you. I played this game a lot, actually.
I feel like they kind of.
I did. I had this game.
It's a little bit like
how could I forget?
Like Contra 4 or Super Contra or whatever.
So anyway,
well, I'm just saying that I think it had the potential to be like one of those classic video game franchises that I just feel like was going places on Double Dragon 2, and then I think it just died off. It faded out.
But let me ask you this:
it fizzled.
It definitely fizzled. But those, like, I hold those in high regard. Those games.
I would say the first
love those
two
games.
You know, even though I didn't play the second one as much as I played the first one.
Yeah.
I feel like just it peaked at number 2, and I think it's been downhill to this day.
Number 2 for what though? For the console or for
just in general? Like I
okay.
remember there being buzz about Double Dragon 2, like the Revenge, and I remember that art, fantastic art.
Oh yeah, I just
remember the poster for that and the box art for the NES, fantastic.
Yeah, well that's what I'm saying. Double Dragon from the first one arcade.
Yeah.
Okay, then the second one was on Nintendo. That was it. That was it. And
then the third one, you see, you don't even remember the name for the third one.
No, I knew it had something to do with Stone.
The fourth one, super, like...
It's so funny.
5, and then Battletoads and Double Dragon?
I forget. Oh, yeah, I didn't play that. I didn't really play that. We played that, like, last year when we were doing stuff with 1UP, but...
Yeah. Think about it for a second. A lot of game series, number 2 was always, like...
different, like it was the different one.
Yeah, but it was different, but it was also the peak.
Yeah, Super Mario Brothers 2.
Super Mario Brothers 2 stands out, and it's still a very good game. And I feel like they are doing themselves a disservice by not revisiting that play mechanic.
Yeah.
Because Mario does not need to just be jumping on enemies, hitting question blocks. There was
pulling
something
up the stuff
more to that.
Yeah, that was fun.
You know?
It was fun.
Like it was a bigger world, and even though it was just a dream world or whatever like that, you come on, revisit it. Make something else that's like that.
We always end up going back to Super Mario Bros.
Because it's a good example. Because I think let's do something different, and then let's go back to the same.
And then they went back
ever since.
Dude, not for nothing, right? Super Mario Brothers,
the 2D games.
Super Mario Brothers, that came with your NES and Duck Hunt, right? Yeah. Great, just like this is great. I love this game.
Yeah,
right?
Exploration.
Second one, like you said, different.
Yeah.
Change it up. Yep. Add some things different. Then going back to that third one and just completely expanding on what the first one was, but adding elements of the second one was
you can carry things.
Beautiful. Yeah. Like it was Super Mario Brothers 3
was good.
Remains to be one of my favorite Mario games ever. And it's between that and then when Super Mario World came out, I was just like, it's just as amazing to me.
Yeah, it was good.
Now, going back to Double Dragon 3. Okay, so I didn't own Double Dragon 2.
Okay.
It's all coming back to me now. Slowly but surely, it's all coming back to me. I said surely. Surely. I didn't own Double Dragon 2. I did play it.
That's fine.
But it was Double Dragon 3. That was the first one that I owned for.
That's like saying, could you imagine saying the first one I owned was Street Fighter 3?
Well, see, Street Fighter's a weird game. Well, let's not talk. That'll be a whole other show.
I know, but it's kind of like you got to kind of compare and relate.
But I was already playing. But that thing is, it wasn't like I picked it up.
No, I know.
The series at 3. But I liked 3 because it was hard, but it was like, it expanded on it. Yeah. You know what I mean? It was the same thing. It was basically the same thing, I don't know. I liked 3. I don't know. I liked it. What else we got? There was toys. There was a cartoon, right?
I do believe there was a cartoon.
Should I hit wiki? Should we hit the wiki?
I don't think it was very. I have it up actually.
Pick it up.
But I don't believe it was very successful.
You should have your phone open,
You
like
say that?
when you pick it up. It should already be unlocked because when you're holding it,
Oh, I got
or
you.
when you're home, you know.
Yeah, I got
You have location
Related
on all the
media.
time?
Yeah.
So if you do, you should have it set that when it's at
Recurring
home.
elements, the characters, the Lee brothers, Billy,
They're in there somewhere.
Double Dragon Advance.
Oh, what was
I
it?
hate
That was for the Game Boy
Nintendo's,
Advance.
Naming conventions, I hate them.
I know. Even to today.
Comic book series published by Marvel Comics in 1991.
By who?
Marvel. What did I say?
Marvel.
Marvel.
I don't know what you said.
Something to note real quick is that the Sega Master System version, which was the competition for the NES back in the 80s, was a 2-player game.
Fighting game?
It was a 2-player game for the Sega Master System, as opposed to the Super Nintendo one. Didn't say Super Nintendo, I said Stupid Nintendo.
Yeah.
Which was a single-player game.
The first
but
one.
They did have, wasn't a single-player game because they had that stupid one-on-one fighting mode.
Yeah, true.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Film version released by James Yukich.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's it.
Double Dragon
doesn't talk
animated
about it.
series. Yep, Deke.
Yeah.
Aired 26 episodes from 93 to 95. Mark Dacascos.
Mark Dacascos was, yeah.
I'm going to tell you.
He played Billy? Or Jimmy?
Let's look at his filmography.
I forget what he said, which one he played. And then Scott Wolf. Like,
first of all,
right, I understand.
He was on Doogie Howser, Crow, Stairway to Heaven. Eric Draven.
He was, okay.
2 episodes.
Good. He's great. I like Mark
for him.
Dacascos. Only the Strong, one of my favorite martial arts movies.
Double Dragon, he played Jimmy.
Jimmy, okay. So, and then Billy was, because Jimmy is the red one and Billy's the blue one. Okay. So, he played, Scott Wolf. But like, I remember watching that. And
They don't look like brothers.
First of all, they don't look like brothers.
Yeah.
Second of all,
Alyssa Milano looked like Billy Idol.
right. Well, the whole brother thing doesn't make a difference because look at the Mario Brother movie. God.
I think they looked at that and they're like, this is how we have to make video game movies. Just throw it all away. It's not a video game. It's a movie. We got to do something different, obviously.
Yeah,
because people are controlling it, so we need to make it realistic.
Yeah.
And then they bring in King Koopa.
But Bob Hoskins, dude, not sidebar.
A lot of them hated
Side
that
note,
stuff.
I know, but you know what? You have Dennis Hopper, great actor. Bob Hoskins, great actor. John Leguizamo, great actor. Oh, and who was the girl? She's
Pump up the volume.
Yeah,
Samantha Mathis.
Samantha Mathis. Thank you. Great cast. What happened? What were you doing? Guys who made that movie. Anyway,
man.
all right, out of the sidebar. We're back now. Scott Wolf. You know what? You made a great teen on Party of Five. You don't know martial arts. You're not tying your shirt around your waist in the Double Dragon. Come on, man.
You're no Sasha Mitchell.
Yeah, exactly. Not bad though. Sasha Mitchell is a kickboxer. Right? Not bad, man.
I know. Step by step, and it's like, who cares?
Come on,
what?
man.
Dude.
Step by step, like kick by kick. That stupid Kickboxer 4 is when Tong Po, they follow Tong Po, and he's like, the rain in Spain falls lightly on the plane. He's getting a massage and he's practicing his English, and they're like, keep going, keep going. It's like, what am I watching right now?
Like somebody had the makeup, like they put like the prosthetics on to make him look like the dude. From,
90s, what were you thinking? God, I love the 90s, man.
Kickboxer marathon. Back in the day, man.
It was good. Oh, we should do that. We should.
I don't know if I could do it again.
I'll do it again.
It was so bad.
Woo.
Sasha Mitchell just like running around, like sneaking around and stuff like that. It's like, dude, he wasn't even like in one of the movies. He was just like a spy. Like,
how come he was in like 3 or 4 of them, dude?
Yeah, he was like the brother that they never talked about in the other ones.
Yeah.
But now they came out with sequels with Jean-Claude Van Damme in them.
Oh, speaking of Jean-Claude, he was just on, I want to say, not Fallon, maybe Jimmy Kimmel, and it must be an anniversary or something because he reenacted the dance scene from Kickboxer. Okay. Was it Kickboxer when he did the dance scene? And he's like dancing and he beats the guys up at the bar, and they had a table like this set up and in the studio, and 2 guys got up and he fought them and stuff. Oh, Conan, he was on Conan, that was it. He was on Conan because he's dancing, right? He's still in great shape. Yeah. Van Damme, great shape, man. I know he's probably had some hard times,
something
but
to strive for.
I loved Van Damme movies, man. Time Cop is one of my favorite Van Damme movies. I don't give a crap. Mia Sara, come on.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
All right, Mia Sara. You got Van Damme and
that's all you
Silverman.
need.
What's it? Jonathan
Silverman?
Not Jonathan.
From Weekend at Bernie's?
Roger. What's it? Yeah, the bad guy in that
Oh,
movie. What's his name?
oh,
Ron
oh,
Silver.
Ron Silver, yep.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, come on, man. Just good movie. Death
From The
Warrant
Arrival.
with Rosanna Arquette. Come on, man.
Just stop while you're ahead, man. Stop it.
Lionheart. He fights in a pool with no water in it. Are you kidding me,
The
bro?
whole time of the movie Hard Target, he had that
Hard Target with Lance Hendrickson.
Stop with that mullet. It was just like a moist mullet the whole movie.
You cannot get any better than these movies.
Never dried out.
It never dried out.
It was wet the whole movie.
Hold on, because he was being chased where? In the bayou. When it's moist all the time.
A little humid.
All right.
No mosquito bites either. Skin.
You know, yeah, no one's going after. They're like,
Nope. Can't get through that.
VD? JCVD?
No way.
Nope.
Anyway, Double Dragon.
Good stuff. Yeah, it is what it is. Sorry about the movie.
Let us know, your thoughts on Double
If you liked
Dragon.
it or you didn't like it, what parts of the
Tell
games
us,
you liked.
reminisce with us. We'd like to continue the conversation after this.
What's the game they're coming out with again? Final Fight? What are they coming? Not Final Fight. What's the new one they're coming out with that you don't want to play? It's an old fighting game. It's an old brawl.
Oh, that's Streets of Rage.
Streets of Rage.
Yeah.
What if they did that with? What if they came out with?
They
kind of
did a few years ago on the
Double Dragon,
Xbox
they did?
360.
Did they?
Yeah, it was like Neon, Double Dragon Neon.
Oh, that's right.
Very
Yeah,
80s.
it was arcade. It was.
Yeah, it was like
Xbox Arcade
Yeah.
years ago.
Wasn't
Wow,
too bad,
360. Even has bite your tongue. Red Ring of Death. That happened to me one time with that.
Happened to me twice.
Twice. That's right. Twice. Oh my god.
Yep.
Anyway, that's gonna do it. This has been Meanwhile back in the '80s, Double Dragon style. I wonder what we're gonna talk about next.
Kris and Ken.
Ken and Chris. I wonder what we're gonna talk about next.
We're gonna talk about something.
Yeah, he's probably right. Well, we'll see then. Bye.